Good evening from Marvel Stadium, wherever you may be in the world, as we bring you more Big Bash League action. Tonight, the Melbourne Renegades hosting the Hobart Hurricanes. Behrendorff first to bowl as Wade starts on strike for Hobart. We are underway. The Renegades again won the toss and chose to bowl. Glad to have you with us here as we bring you our second Big Bash game of the season, and this one has not started with a golden duck. That single will be the first run scored in this match. We are well and truly underway, and we are glad that you have tuned in. Truly a marquee event in the Australian cricket summer. The Ashes are going on in Adelaide. Christmas is coming, the Boxing Day test is nigh, and the Big Bash League has begun. And Wade will go back on strike. Oh! Got him! And there is a dismissal in the first over. Renegades take the first wicket early, though not as early as what we saw in Perth last week. Right place and the right time. Just in front of backwards square leg there. And that will be all for Matthew Wade. He is gone with just one run after facing 3 balls. Bo Webster in next for the Hobart Hurricanes, as Behrendorff takes the first wicket of this match. Hobart now on 1 for 2. Sends this one to offside. Manages to connect. That's going to be a single. Owen back on strike as we come to the final ball of this over. And again, this is a 5-5 match. Each side will only play 5 overs, and there is a limit of 5 wickets per side, as opposed to 10 in most other forms of cricket. Fergus O'Neill up next to bowl, for the Renegades, as Owen goes back on strike for Hobart. Hurricanes with a run rate of just 4. They would have a total of 20 if they keep this pace up, so they'll definitely be looking to get some action going after a slow start to this match. Bo Webster back on strike as this one is sent away towards third man. And we apologize for any technical difficulties that may be experienced during the course of this evening's broadcast. Another single there as Owen goes back on strike, and I think we've only seen singles so far. Certainly not what these leagues are known for, but other than that wicket in the last over, it's been a very lackluster start to this match. Next delivery here from O'Neill. Manages to find the gap, but it's still only going to be 1 as the Hurricanes continue to struggle to find a good breakthrough here. No boundaries thus far as we come towards the end of over number 2, and this could very well go on to be a disastrous performance for Hobart. They've got a run rate of 3.82 at the moment. Scored just 3 runs in this over, but Webster is going to find something here. Can it be chased down? Headed towards the boundary. It will not be stopped. And there is the first boundary of this match to close out the second over. As we see this again, the delivery from O'Neill. He just edges it, goes up into the air, and it wasn't the fastest. You can see Fraser McGurk chasing after it, but in the end, it does manage to get all the way, and that's really what matters. End of the second over. Hobart Hurricanes 1 for 11 as Thomas Stewart Rogers is next to bowl for Melbourne. Hurricanes with a run rate of 5.50 at the end of this over. And another single as we get over number 3 underway. Renegades are doing a good job of keeping the score down. You know, you can't really blame the Hurricanes for the lack of big scores. You can't blame them entirely, at least, because the Renegades have done an excellent job of chasing down the ball, although they're not going to be able to do that here. There is another boundary for Hobart as Webster manages to send it behind the keeper once again, all the way to long stop. Bo Webster currently on 10 runs from 5 balls, has scored both of the boundaries so far in this match. Will not score anything here, however. Dot ball doesn't get much farther past the pitch. Yep. This one's going to find a gap. Passed backwards, square leg. That is a single. And the score is slowly but surely ticking up for Hobart. They've got a run rate of 6.38. As Stuart Rogers has 2 deliveries remaining. This is going to be another single. Close one, but they do manage to pick up the... It could have been a close one, I should say, but they do manage to pick up the run there. And it'll be Bo Webster facing off facing off the last delivery, facing down the last delivery of the third over. End of the third, Hurricanes 1 for 19, 12 deliveries remaining to face. Again, this is a 5-over match. Hassan Khan, the spin bowler, in now for the Renegades. Webster on strike to start this 4th over. Yep. And spin bowling may be a variable that changes things a bit. It can always be a bit unpredictable, at least from what we've seen on this network. Still only going to be a single. Hurricanes decide to play it safe there as Owen is now back on strike. Yeah. Oh, he sent this into the air. Is the catch going to be made? Yes, it is! And there's the second dismissal of this match. It comes down right in his hands. And there you have it. A celebration beginning with the Renegades as we take a look at this. Once again, Owen sends it into the air. He ducks low, and the catch is made. Let's see this again close up. Waiting for it to come down, and Mitchell Owen is gone with 6 runs scored from 8 balls. Jake Weatherald in now. Shouldn't he be in Adelaide? Now facing down his first delivery. And he will manage to find the gap there. In the region of third man, it's another single for Hobart. They really need to pick up the pace here. Halfway through over number 4. They're at a run rate of 6. 9 deliveries remaining, and they've still only scored 21. The Renegades could end the chase quickly if they manage to keep the scoring down here. This is, again, going to be just a single. I feel like they're not taking the opportunities that they could. Weatherald will be back on strike now. I feel like they could have gotten one more run from that. It would have certainly been close, but not entirely impossible. This one stays inside the 30-yard circle. One more run there. And the last delivery of over number 4 as the Hurricanes continue with the... oh! Beautiful one-handed catch. Bo Webster dismissed. And that is the 3rd wicket taken by the Hurricanes. Sorry, by the Renegades. As we see this again, look at the leap. Just on the edge of the circle there. He is in, I always say it, in the right place at the right time. Bo Webster gone 14 runs from 11 balls, 12 minutes in the crease. He will be replaced by Mac Wright. And Will Sutherland coming in now to bowl the last over. 3 from 23, or 3 for 23, I should say. The score that the Hobart Hurricanes are on at the moment. It hasn't been the best night for them. Weatherald is okay. But still, excellent reflexes from the keeper, even if it is not a dismissal. Very short delivery there, swing and a miss. That's gone right to the keeper again, and it will be ruled wide. Extra run and an extra run and an extra ball for the away side. Sent to offside now. There it is. Weatherald got as well. And things just keep getting worse for the Hurricanes, but much, much better for the Renegades. An incredible performance being put on tonight by Melbourne. Not so much for the defending champions, and I've talked about it before, but I think it's in this game, but I think it's obvious. This is going to be a quick chase for Melbourne. I mean, think about it. 24 runs, that's 4 sixes. They can end it in a single over if they're strong enough. McDermott in now for the Hurricanes. And mind you, just 1 wicket remaining. Renegades could end the away side's innings early as well, under 5-5 rules, but they may just run out the clock here. 2 deliveries remaining. Hurricanes with a run rate of 5.14. Oh, into the air. That'll go past square leg, finds the gap, and 1 more boundary before it ends here tonight for Hobart. At least 1 more. Bit of a morale booster, perhaps. We'll see when the Renegades come to bat, I suppose. But now the last delivery to the Hurricanes from Sutherland to McDermott. He'll connect again. Same area. Flies past square leg, and the Hurricanes finish 4 wickets. 32 runs. Bit of a late rally there. Renegades soon to bat here in the Big Bash League. A target of 33 this evening for the Renegades. Josh Brown coming out. He'll be on strike first against Hobart's Riley Meredith. Again, 33 runs needed from 30 balls for the Renegades to take victory here tonight. The home side's batting innings is now underway. And again, we are glad to have you with us here as we bring you our second Big Bash League match tonight from Marvel Stadium in Docklands. Over the Renegades, also home to quite a lot of AFL action when it's winter. Short delivery here, up in the air, got him! And it hovered there for a little bit. That's definitely gonna boost the morale of the Hurricanes. It hovered. He gets under it, and there is the first dismissal. That is a duck, ladies and gentlemen. As we take a look at this once again, and again, it's up in the air for a bit, but David manages to get himself under it. Josh Brown is gone. No runs, 3 balls, out for a duck. Jake Fraser-McGurk now in for the Renegades. And the first wicket has been taken before the first run has been scored. Things might not be too bad for the Hurricanes tonight after all. This is going to get past forward point. goes back to the keeper's end as Fraser McGurk scores the first run for Melbourne, but they need 32 more of those. Bo Webster picks that up quickly. Another single, and just like that, we are at the end. We are coming to the end, I should say, of over number 1. Final delivery here from Meredith. Finds the gap, does Fraser McGurk. And Melbourne 1 for 3 at the end of the over. Chris Jordan in next as we begin over number 2. Fraser McGurk on strike for the Renegades. Sends this one away. It's going to be picked up. That is another single. And much like we saw from Hobart, the Renegades also getting a bit of a slow start here this evening. Short delivery there from Jordan. Goes over the head of the keeper. And there's going to be a boundary. That's going to be for first boundary of the match here for the Renegades. And they'll be hoping for a few more of those. Jewell with the honors there. This one going towards offside. Right to the keeper. Almost came in contact with the very edge of his bat. Now to leg side. Oh, taken! Jewell got as well, and there is another dismissal. And this has been a match that has seen quite a few wickets. And I don't think they're going to appeal that one. Let's see this again. Into the air, keeper is there. And there is wicket number 2. Caleb Jewell is gone. 5 runs from 4 balls. And that'll bring in Tim Seifert. Renegades now 2 for 8 as the Hurricanes continue to try and apply heat to their Victorian opponents. Last delivery of the over coming now from Jordan to Seifert. And at the end of the over, Melbourne 2 wickets, 8 runs, 2 for 8. With 18 deliveries remaining. Nathan Ellis in now, the next bowler for the Hurricanes, and Fraser McGurk on strike to start off the over. 25 runs needed for the Renegades. They've gotten off to a slow start, much like their opponents, and this one goes straight back to the bowler. That's certainly not going to help matters. Dot ball. Fraser McGurk currently on 3 from 5. We come to the halfway point of the Renegades over now. They're at 2 for 9. 24 runs needed as the slow pace continues on. 2 men in the slips for the Hurricanes. This one almost went wide. Just barely avoided doing so. Seifert is now on strike. Through the gap. That'll be 1. Again, a single. As we come to the end of the 3rd over now, last delivery coming in, and the Renegades definitely need to start picking up the pace here. I didn't think it looked good for Hobart, when they were batting, but now we're seeing this is a very low-scoring match. That's a boundary, however. 4 more for Fraser McGurk, 4 more for the Renegades. And at the end of this over, Melbourne 2 for 14. Tim David in now, spin bowler for Hobart. Off the bat. Doesn't go very far. Another dot ball. And I'm probably thinking what you're thinking. This is rather a low action game. This isn't, however. Seifert smashes that away. That's 4 runs. Another boundary for the Renegades, and as they continue to run out of balls, maybe they can start pulling it together. This could go down to the final deliveries of the match. They need 15 from 10. It could also end pretty quickly, but with the pace we've been seeing, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, I think he dropped the catch. I'd like to see that again, but just came in contact with the keeper's gloves there. Seifert survives. Now this one's going to get in the air. It'll bounce, and that's 4. And a slow start here from Melbourne. They're finally picking up the pace. They need 11, with 8 deliveries remaining. Seifert now on 9 from 8. Finds the gap. And that'll just be 1. One delivery remaining in the penultimate over. Fraser McGurk on strike to face it down, and it just bounced. I saw it, and I hope we see a replay of that, but I don't think we will. Just bounces before it got into his hands. And now Bo Webster to bowl the final over, a crucial over, a deciding over in a match that has certainly picked up the pace in terms of action in its late stages. That's going to be 4. Now they need 5 from 5. And I thought things would be easy tonight for the Renegades. I wasn't entirely accurate there, but it looks like they're going to get the win nonetheless, as this one goes down to the last over. Past the keeper. And I don't think anyone's going to catch up with that. Scores are level. And with that, it is certainly only a matter of time. Let's see this again. Drives it to long stop. Fraser McGurk with 17 runs tonight. Just needs 1 more to cap things off. He'll swing and miss, and this goes right to the keeper. 1 from 3. There it is. Bounces, finds the gap, finds the boundary, and the Melbourne Renegades win by 3 wickets. We thank you for tuning in to our Big Bash League coverage here on the ULTRASPORT Network. It is a victory for the Melbourne Renegades at Marvel Stadium at Docklands. Thank you all for tuning in from Melbourne. Goodbye and good night.